Hey guys, it's Jalen and Devon here. Like requested, you guys get to see his secret deck profile of a deck he's been working on. It's still not technically complete, but it's still got a good build so far.
Well, then again, I told you guys it would be a sneak preview slash semi deck profile, so this is going to be the sneak preview and slash semi deck profile of the deck I am currently building. And the deck is Katana World. It is not Skull Warriors like Joey, but it's ninjas. And apparently this is like a build that I actually wanted to make. I actually wanted to make Katana World because it reminds me of a Vanguard deck I used to play, Morokumos and Nubatamas now because I sold them now. But they remind me of those, and I really like ninjas because Naruto, my favorite character is Itachi and everything. But yeah, I know Jalen's gonna cut that out.
I'm not cutting that out.
All right. So yeah. So the deck is Katana World. It's not complete. I'm missing 4 cards actually. Technically, I'm missing 4 cards now. So that's good. It's 90% complete basically. So let's get into it. The world is Katana World, and my buddy, which I thought it wouldn't be my buddy, but I needed something cheap. So my buddy is Acceler Ninja Hayate. Before my buddy was gonna be Electron Ninja Shiden, but it's really hard to find him. So and this is the card I have more copies of. So I decided to make him as my buddy or permanent buddy now because he's really good. He has the movability, size 1/2/2/1, really good. And he's able to, like, after I swing in with him from the left to right, I can just move him to the center to protect me at the end. And basically my opponent's just gonna try to kill him just to get to my life. It's a really good card in my opinion. Then for the size 1 lineup, of course I'm playing 4 of my buddy. So 4 of him, really good. Next up, I'm literally just testing this card out. So far, it's been doing alright. Tsukikage Blade Master mode from the trial deck. I'm testing 4 copies of him because... Why? Some of you might come in my head about it because I don't think it's really good without the regular Tsukikage because I don't have the regular Tsukikage. But literally, I play it because he's a 5,000 beater, and that's something Katana World really needs because most of the size 1s and a lot of the size 2s do not have 5,000 power or more. And this is like one of the few cards that's really, really cheap to get, and it has 5,000 power. What he does is Skull Claws pay 1 gauge. If I have another card with Tsukikage in his card name in my drop zone, he gets +1 crit. So, literally, what I can do is like charge 1, pay a gauge to bring out another one. So I'm just gonna pay this one. That's gonna be in the drop zone. I can play like all 3 of these, and they're all gonna have 3 crit. So if my opponent doesn't have a nullifier and their center is open, I could deal 9 damage to them in 1 turn.
And if he's going against Katana World Mirror Match, you can just link the center for 9 damage.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's a really, really good card in my opinion. But some people may think otherwise. Some people might think otherwise. So I don't really care what they think. I really like the card in my opinion. Like and also like it's been testing great so far. Next card. I'm playing 4 Electro Ninja Electric Teru. I felt this is something Katana World really needed. He's a size 1. He has 3,000 power, 1 crit, 2,000 defense. He has the ability whenever he deals damage to my opponent, I can gauge 1 card from the top of my deck to the gauge. It's basically El Quijote for ninjas, and this is something they needed because I pay a lot of gauge for ninjas, and I come to a point where I barely have any gauge left. He really helps in refilling my gauge. But since this deck is incomplete, I'm not really playing 4 copies. I'm actually playing 3, but the 4th one is just for filler. So yeah. And then a card that I'm actually looking for 3 more copies of in the last size 1 is my favorite card, Electron Ninja Shiden. 3/1/1. He has the ability Cyber Analyze. I pay 1 gauge. I discard a spell, a Ninja Arts, and I draw 2 cards. So best way of using it is discard. I'll most likely probably discard one of the secret swords that's not lethal formation, and then when I use lethal formation, I can get them back from the drop zone. But my opponent's probably gonna figure out, so I'm gonna try to discard at least all like 2 or 3 of them before I can use lethal formation, and then I can just I can play mind games with my opponent. But I need 3 more copies of this. I am getting 3 more copies of this from TMA CJ. Next time I see him, or hopefully next time I see him. Let's see what happens. I'm not gonna guarantee. I'm not gonna guarantee for you guys. But yeah. Electron Ninja Shiden. Starting off the size 2s, I'm playing 3 Phantom Ninja Kashin Koji. I still play this card because he's really good. It's called Goes pay one gauge. When he enters the field, I get to look at my opponent's hand, drag down. If you are Yu-Gi-Oh players still, this is basically drag down. Reminds me of Dark Worlds. And he has another ability. He cannot be link attacked. So my Art of Body replacements are more useful now, and he has 5,000 defense. So my opponent has to have a 5,000 or more attack monster just to get over him. Or they could probably have a removal spell, because he has 1,000 power. So if I'm facing Dragon World, they can just Dragon Breath him if they wanted to. Which makes Dragon Breath really crucial against this. More crucial than Dragonic Thunder in some points. But back to this card, really good. I look at my opponent's hand, cannot be link attack, so Art of Body replacement is more useful, and my opponent needs to have a monster with 5,000 more attack just to kill him. So it basically makes them waste more attacks. Next card I'm playing is 3 Purgatory Ninja Zunkyo. He's a promo, but he's really not that expensive. He's 4/4, size 2. He cannot be called to the center, but he has the ability. All my ninja arts cannot be nullified. So if I'm facing something like Magic World that probably still uses Abracadabra, maybe, I don't know. They can't.
Or going against a mirror match because they can use Star Crusher.
Yeah, exactly. They can use Star Crusher. I can play him on field and then go for my ninja arts as much as I want, because Star Crusher will not be able to go. Well, they can still use Star Crusher. They just won't nullify. They'll just deal the 3 damage, like the Gargantua Punisher one with Moonfang. But like, I'm able to cast off all my spells as much as I want while he's on field. So he's really good, and he just deals 3 crits. So he does a lot of damage. Next, I'm playing 2 copies of Agent Ninja Linzo. Really good card in my opinion. Size 2, 3,000 power, really weak power, but 2 crit and 6,000 defense. Really high defense. Really like the defense, because it makes my opponent waste more link attacks if they're not a world with big beat sticks. Call causes pay 1 gauge, and what he does is when he enters the field, I can search my deck for a lethal formation, Secret Sword lethal formation, and add it to my hand. Really nice card. Really nice card. It's basically a toolbox for lethal formation. I can just toolbox the formation out of my deck, add it to my hand, get it off right there and then. Really powerful combo. Next up, I'm playing 2. Oh man, I gotta read this guy. Nobu Ninja Momochitamba. He's a size 3 for ninjas. He's really actually good. Some people probably think he was bad and then they change their mind. That's because he is good. His call cost is pay 2 gauge. When he has double attack, and he has the ability when he enters the field you gain 1 life. He is his own buddy call basically. Like, you're technically getting the free buddy call right there for like 2 gauge. You're getting the buddy call, gaining life, and you're getting double attack. And his stats is 726. So you're double attacking with a 7,000 beater. I believe that's very good in my opinion. He makes up for the aggressive weak monsters that I have in the deck. So he makes up for that. Really good size 3. And nice artwork in my opinion. But let's get into the spells. I'm playing 3 Shinobi Screws. This is basically here for draw power, but what this does exactly, I put 1 card face down into this card's soul. I can pay, but in order to do that, I have to pay a gauge, and then when I do put this card, when I do put a card into the soul, I can draw a card, and then anytime if that card, depending on the spell in here, if that spell is a count, I can use it anytime. I could take the spell out of here and cast it by paying its call cost. So it's basically here for the draw power. So it's really good, really good. 3 Demon Wake Up Kikiri. In Skull Warriors or Ninjas, it's good no matter what, because when like your opponent's gonna eventually kill a lot of your monsters, so you can just chain this to kill something else that didn't attack, and so then they waste. So then that means they attack less times than they're supposed to. So really nice card to play. Pretty broken as hell in my opinion. Next, I'm playing 2 Art of Item Blasting. I was gonna say body replacement by accident. Skull cost pay, cast cost pay 2 gauge, restore an item on the field. It's a counter, which makes it really good. But if I'm facing something like Ancient World, it's gonna be an instant charge and draw, or I can use Sheen to like discard this, pay gauge, draw 2. So just basically really good. Next cards, I'm gonna put them as pairs, both down together, because you're gonna see why. And the cards is gonna be 2 Shooting Cross Knives right hand and 2 Shooting Cross Knives back hand. The reason I did this is because of their abilities. So what right hand does is if one of my monsters attack on the right side of the field, I can pay 1 gauge to nullify the attack and destroy all my opponent's monsters. Backhand's the same exact thing, but for the left side. So I'm able to protect my monsters on the right or left side depending on where my opponent attacks. I recently used this against one of my teammates when I was just testing this deck out. I still lost because he was able to get some good stuff. But he attacked my monster on the left when and it was his first attack from 3 monsters. I chained this off, paid a gauge, and destroyed all his monsters. He said it was really devastating for him though. He said it crushed his soul. It was too funny. But I mean, he still won in the end though. But yeah. So right side, left side, backhand and right hand. I don't know why they didn't call it left hand though, because it's literally the left. So yeah, really good. I count those as nullifiers for like the right and left. I count them as a bit more nullifiers. Speaking of more cards, I have 3 Clear Serenities. This is the gauge charging card as well. So outside of Electric Tarot, outside of this, there is Electric Tarot, but what this does is charge 3 gauge. I can only use this once per turn, so then Electric Tarot is just gonna help in charging more gauge as well. So really good gauge charging card, especially if I have a Secret Sword Lethal Formation out. I could just chain this on my opponent's turn, get 3 gauge, and then whatever my opponent goes for, I could just go for like Star Crusher, Moonfang, or Shooting Star. Next card I'm playing is 4 nullifiers, Art of Body Replacement. It's basically Solomon's Shield. Nullify the attack if it's not a link attack, which most people are gonna link attack Katana World or Magic World. But we got more buts, and a new card that came in set 3 we got is Ninja Arts Snake Gaze, and one is shiny. It's a shiny one. So yeah, what this card does is actually really good. Its cast causes pay 1 life, and it has the ability to rest one of your monsters. It's a counter ability as well. So before their attack phase, you can chain this card, rest their monster cannot stand up again because they're rested already from an ability. That includes double attack monsters. So if they have 2 monsters on board and they're thinking they're gonna link attack, I'm just gonna chain this. They have to attack on one of them. They can only attack on 1 monster. I'm just gonna Art of Body Replacement and then basically save myself for a whole turn. Really good card, and this really combos out. This really combos out with let's see. It's really good when I have Phantom Ninja Kashin Koji, because since they can't link attack and I just chain, and they only have 1 monster on board, like a 5,000 beater, I'm just gonna chain this, rest it, and they basically can't do anything. Or if they have 2 monsters, I'm just gonna do this, rest their monster, and then and if it's a 3,000 monster, they can't attack me at all, so they're just gonna sit there. They're just gonna basically sit there and like look at me, look at the freaking Kashin Koji. But yeah, that's all for the spells. Now for the impacts, I am playing 1, 2, 3 Secret Sword Lethal Formation, and yes, this is the trial deck version. That's why it looks bigger than these 2 combined. But the reason I'm playing 3 is 1 is going to be for Shooting Star, Star Crusher, and Moonfang. Speaking of it, we got Shooting Star and Moonfang, but I do not have Star Crusher on me at the moment. See, and this is another card I'm looking for. It's the 4th card I'm looking for, Star Crusher. So this Lethal Formation is naked right now. But yeah, Moonfang basically stops impacts, which I did get to use yesterday on one of my friends. He went for Gigantic Punisher because his deck is more of a deck that keeps his monsters on board in the center. So he went for Gigantic Punisher at 3 life left, paid 2. He's at 1, I'm at 2. Chained this, he was salty. And this, when I'm being attacked, I just realized this. When I'm being attacked directly by a weapon, that's when I can cast this, and I can pay 3. I can pay 3 gauge, destroy the weapon, deal 3 damage to my opponent. Really good card in my opinion. Really good for defensive purposes. Just really good in stopping those impacts, but not Gargantuan Punisher. That's the only impact this can't stop. It can stop everything else. And then Star Crusher is for spells. If my opponent activates a spells, pay 3 gauge, destroy the spell, deal 3 damage to my opponents. So when I do get Star Crusher, I'll probably do a deck update for you guys, but for now, this is what I have. And this is all I got. So this is the Katana World semi-deck profile, incomplete deck secret deck I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. This is Devlon and
Jalen. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later. Jalen and Devlon going out.
Later.